Welcome back, everybody. We are in the round of 16 of the TLS, and what a round of 16 it has been so far. Man, crazy games, Elegant, crazy games.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, I think that last one pretty much takes the biscuit for one of the craziest games we've seen so far. Absolutely epic stuff. I mean, it's not quite sort of high-level Zerg v Zerg crazy, but pretty nuts nonetheless. Both those players going to toe for a long time. I think in the end, well, you had to give it to him. He really deserved it.
Definitely did. I mean, just able to kind of stick it out for that long.
My God,
I mean,
yeah, and keep focused.
Yeah, I mean, playing Broodor is pretty damn hard by itself, and having to just keep that state of mind and always on top of everything for, 45, 50 minutes is super duper tiring. So hopefully he's not too tired for this next game.
Well, we can only hope. But last game he was patient, he was well measured, so hopefully this game as well.
Yep, and this next match is going to be the winner's match between Rams and DeWalt, a PVT. So we're going to get another non-Zerg through already. Yeah.
Representation.
And I think Rams might be happy that he's finally able to play Terran again. He's been playing so many PVTs. Despite the low number of Terrans in the TLS, he somehow keeps getting Terrans like in his groups and in the qualifiers. So yeah, maybe a little bit happy that he gets to play Terran again.
Good to get a little bit of variety in there for him as well. Test his various matchups. We wouldn't want to get too far too easily.
And of course, last game I did say that DeWalt said PVZ was his worst matchup, and I believe PVT is his best. So
we're about to see how he does.
We're probably in for a treat.
Yeah.
Ready to go into the game?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Here we are in the winner's match at the top left as the orange Protoss. We have DeWalt at the top right. As the green Terran, we have Rams.
Yes, indeed we do. I don't think my voice can handle another game like that, I was just considering in that few seconds there, I was thinking, there's a very real possibility I may be unable to talk at the end of this. I don't know how you do it. You seem to have endless stamina.
Now, even I feel the wear and tear at in that one solo cast I had to do. When you abandoned me, Elegant, I was getting a little bit tired at the end.
Yeah,
you see, my endless love for Broodor fuels me.
Yeah,
it keeps me going.
6-hour cast by yourself, no problem. Of course, you've done longer though, haven't you?
Yes, I believe my record is like 14 hours or something. Something absolutely silly.
God, that is ridiculous. I think I've done maybe 7 or 8 hours, but oh my God, 14 hours. That would actually kill me.
Yeah, I don't think it was good for my health.
That's not good for anyone. Who can even watch that? Who can literally sit there and watch 14 hours?
Well, I think in that one, some people they started watching at the beginning. They watched a couple hours and then they went to bed and they woke up and then they just were like, "Wait, you're still casting?"
I remember that. I actually remember doing that. It was hilarious. I felt so bad for you. Oh, I'll describe how painful that must have been. I'm so sorry.
It was good, man. I don't regret it for a second. It was only happy memories. And by happy memories, I mean I don't think I remember anything because I was so tired by the end. But still, I'm sure if I had memories of it, it would be good.
It is this kind of shadow of a man slumped in his chair. Oh God, that must be so bad.
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
Hey, we have standard openings from both players here. Barracks to the main base, gas to the main base, etc. A bit of a clumped building placement here from DeWalt. I'm not sure why he needs to do that, but yeah, no biggie.
Yeah, I don't really get that either. That's a little bit strange. Maybe, nope, can't explain it. Never mind. I guess that's just how he likes to play.
Well, I mean, technically that means that because your probe didn't move very far, you get an extra, 4.5 minerals.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, he built a second pylon really close too. Maybe he actually needs those minerals. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got some crazy, super efficient build that you actually count each individual mineral.
Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine the hours you'd spend.
He's actually microing each individual probe mining right now to make sure they follow the most efficient path.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That is truly crazy. You're right. I think we've crossed some sort of weird boundary. We have Dragoon range going down before the first Dragoon is made. A little bit of an unusual kind of twist, and the first Dragoon seems to be taking its sweet time.
What is he doing?
I have no idea.
Did he
That's got
to make the Dragoon?
He's forgotten.
No. He's making a Nexus. Oh, he might be doing that build that you were talking about, where he skips goons, gets a Nexus, gets a second gateway, and then makes goons.
He's actually doing that build.
Oh, he's doing the B-suit build. I think he did it slightly... Oh wait, is that correct? He built it on 19 supplies. Shouldn't it be on 17?
Yeah, it should, I think.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He cut probes a little bit too late.
Yeah, I think it's slightly wrong, but that's actually just as after you said it, Elegant. He's doing the exact build.
Wow, nice. Okay, so yeah, we're going to see how this works out. And the nice thing about this build is it kind of gives you 3 Dragoons at quite a nice time, quite a neat timing. And so it's actually, if you forget the idea that you might get Bunker Rush...
Oh, he's getting 2-facted though.
He's getting 2-facted, okay, but this can actually work quite nicely against 2-fact, because by the time that 2-fact arrives, he should have ranged Dragoons, and he should have maybe 5.
Yep.
Definitely 3. Should have 5 up there.
Yeah, from what I remember, this Bisu expand is pretty good against a 2-fact. Even though you might be like, wow, how can that be if he's going Nexus, Nexus before units? But just the way the timing works out, and the fact that he does have the range in time, he does have the 2 gateways very, very early, and is able to just pump out those goons, 2 at a time. With good micro, he should be okay here. He does have to be careful, of course, because he's not going to have a robo for a very long time, so, just like any kind of 2-gate expand, the observers are slightly delayed, but with good goon control in the early game, you generally don't have to worry about that too much.
Well, he has to think hard about what position he needs to hold as well, because, of course, he doesn't want units to sneak around the back of him, but he needs to hold fairly far out from his natural nexus, just so that he has room to kind of micro against the mines. Because if he starts off kind of right by his nexus, then he's already lost a lot of his maneuvering space. I think he'd do well to move out just a little bit further, so he's not going to be flanked badly. There we go, moving out a little bit further, but he's still got room to micro against the mines, which is very, very important.
And this probe is coming in here, but it's most likely not going to see anything from... because anything you can see here at the front is just indicative of a FD attack. He just sees the 4 Marines. Look at this, very smartly. Rams very smartly holding back his 2 Vultures and the 1 tank. And it looks like a couple of goons are coming out. He's gonna have to reveal his hand now though if he wants to keep that tank alive. And it looks like I don't think they've seen the second tank yet. Now they'll probably see it because it's got full HP. Do snipe 1 Vulture there, very, very nice. But now he's got to know what's happening.
Yeah, he is definitely going to know what's happening right now. Managing to snipe 1 Vulture is nice. Sniping 2 is even better. You might be able to get a second Vulture right here, which is a big, big deal, because if mines can get over into the natural, it gets nasty. But with no mines, this loses a pretty significant selling point of the push. And observers are already well on the way as well. 5 Dragoons are out, so I think DeWalt can actually afford to hold this quite a bit further. He's falling back a long way, which I don't think he needs to. One of those tanks is severely damaged. That's very easily snipeable. He's regrouping. He's going forward again now. He needs to make sure those mines don't get laid down too further forward to see. I think he could have prevented this. I definitely think he could have done better in holding those tanks back.
Wow, Siegeman is done already. That's slightly surprising to me. Alright, so he went mines and then siege mode, and actually, given the structure of the map here, with this like little ridge thing that the tanks can hide behind, this is actually going to be not too bad. He's going to be able to contain the Protoss. The problem is that this is actually quite far away from the natural. It's a very long path here, as you can see. So even though he's got a good position here, it's not actually threatening the Protoss at all. Like, he's not actually doing any damage. And if he waits too long, the fact that the Protoss has the extra base means he's going to be able to completely outproduce him and eventually break the contain anyway. So there's actually a time limit on how effective this is going to be. He can't just sit here and contain. He actually needs to start moving forward and start putting more pressure on the natural. Yeah,
but that's quite a lot of Dragoons. I mean, it's for only 2 siege tanks, those Dragoons are going to last quite long. I mean, we've got 3 siege tanks coming on now and a 4th one on the way too, but that's still a lot of Dragoons. The damage is going to be very widely spread across all of those, and they're going to be killing siege tanks really pretty quickly. So I think DeWalt could even afford to push forward and to take out that forward-most siege tank, but I don't know if he feels confident enough in doing so. He has a shield battery as well, so that would keep his Dragoons alive for a little bit longer than otherwise. Maybe he's going to tank damage with that Zealot that's just freshly come out, or hang on a minute, we have a shuttle, which is definitely going to be instrumental. He's going to have to sack that shuttle though, because there's going to be missile turrets and there's going to be maybe a bunker as well.
Oh, it looks like he might be going for it here. One Zealot running in to tank some mines. The other Zealot's going down. The shuttle is not going down. It's not going down. Actually, the Observer tanked some shots for it as well, but it looks like he might have to pull back. I think he should just pull back after killing that tank. I don't know why he's chasing. There's another tank behind there. That's not a good idea. Oh, man. He could have saved 4 goons there. Instead, he only saved 2.
Yeah, I mean... that went okay, but I think it could have gone a whole lot better. I mean, he's lost a lot of his Dragoon count, and he's actually in a pretty tenuous position right now where he runs the risk of actually getting broken, which is not the best situation to be in. He does have 4 gateways up and running, so he should be able to offset that risk quite quickly, but not quite the dramatic breakout I was expecting. Oh, look at that, the furthermost tank at the back, only on 12 hit points, so that's only got 1 Dragoon shot left on it.
Oh, he might be able to snipe it. Does he notice? Oh, he didn't even shoot a single time.
Yeah, didn't shoot anything.
Oh man, maybe just trying to be super efficient. Ah, waste.
Yeah, complete waste of 1 Dragoon right there. So DeWalt, in trying to be efficient, is actually the absolute opposite, and he's just going to be best pulling back and regrouping and trying to get another big breakout. But he's still in a great position because of the expansion timings. Wow, that's incredibly late. Rams only just getting his natural CC up now. So basically, if DeWalt can break out this, or if he can even hold for a while, then he's going to be absolutely golden.
Oh, he's going in again with a Zealot. Oh, if you move the Zealot back, you could have done a nice mind track and kill that 1 extra tank. He looks like he's going to try and go forward and snipe this, but there's too many mines there. He's going to have to pull back, but he's just holding on. And as you say, it's basically, as long as he can just hold on for now, he should actually start mining that natural gas. But as long as he can just hold on for, you know, a little while longer, he should be okay here. I mean, Rams is doing a good job. He's reinforcing the contain, but you know his production is still way behind the Protoss. I think I wonder if DeWalt could even afford another gateway by now. And yes, he is building another one right now. Okay, cool. Oh, and leg speed is almost done. That's going to be crucial. Yeah,
leg speed is going to be a big deal, and I think that DeWalt is going to have this. I mean, I can't really see any realistic way for Rams to hold out. He's got 3 siege tanks up at the front there, really not enough. And DeWalt's just going to have overwhelming force once the speeds are upgraded done. I mean, Rams is pushing forward a little bit worryingly towards that natural nexus. If that goes down, then it could be a contest on our hands. But as soon as that speed lot upgrade happens and that significant gateway count kicks in, we've got like 7 gateways going to be on the way up here, then I think DeWalt's going to be able to mount a pretty hefty breakout.
Indeed he will. Looks like the natural expansion of Rams is finished though. He's transferred some SCVs, but look how low his SCV count is still.
Yeah, really
and
low.
Almost no SCVs here at the natural either, I would assume. Probably only 7-8 transferred there. So, you know, even though he's got his own natural up, he's still quite a bit behind economically. It's just a question of whether he can actually keep this contain going or not. He is starting to put pressure on the natural now. Going to start killing some probes. But here we go. The shuttle coming out with his Zealots. Going to try and get some big mine bombs off. Doesn't quite get it. He does still have a couple of Zealots there. And oh man, the Dragoons are kind of bugging out. They're shooting the barracks. He needs to be shooting the siege tanks and not the barracks. Oh man, a couple of Dragoons at the back. Not that many Zealots. Where are the Zealot reinforcements? Where are the speedlots? He's attacking the turrets instead, but it looks like it's going to be enough. Not enough units for Rams. And finally, the Protoss breaks out.
Yeah, the Protoss, DeWalt is just all over this right now. I mean, there is no way Ram's going to be able to hold out. This is too many units and too much production power still remaining. Whilst there wasn't quite the speed lot advantage I would have wanted, it was still more than enough. Ooh, nice siege tank shots to the end there, managing to take over a lot of Dragoons at once. But honestly, I don't think it's even a problem, because whilst the natural expansion is just about up and running for Rams, I really don't think it's going to be saturated enough to make the difference he wanted to make. Engineering base is going to go down, and DeWalt's not going to be able to make a 3rd base as well. So Rams is in all kinds of trouble. He's going to have a very tough time getting his way out of this situation. Looks like he's preparing for a little bit of vulture harass, but I can't imagine that getting too far, and it is scouted out by 1 slightly fortunate probe going across the middle of the map.
Yeah, Rams is just going to try and buy time now. He knows he's in a terrible position. He even lost his barracks, so he can't even build more factories. But we can see DeWalt going straight for 2-base Arbiter, while presumably thinking about taking this mineral only. Either way, whatever he does, he's in a fantastic position. As long as he doesn't mess up too hugely, he should be good to go here. We'll see. But, you know, the funny thing is, we didn't actually even have time to talk about this in the beginning, but these spawn positions I don't generally like very much for PvT. It's very easy for the turret to actually push across, because you can see there's these little cliff thingies, so you can kind of get a protected push path. So I do like that DeWalt is actually going for 2-base Arbiter, because that helps kind of mitigate that when you have those fast Arbiters with stasis and whatnot. And he's going for that 3rd base now as well. So I definitely like DeWalt's choice of strategy here.
Yeah, I think it's a strong choice of strategy. In this case, I don't think there's any particularly wrong choice, but I think it's a nice safe option, just because it's not hugely risky, and it just allows for him to get all his necessary tech in place and to build up a nice big army as well and get a 3rd base going. So I think it's a pretty strong choice for the situation he finds himself in. Funnily enough, he's not actually able to produce that solidly out of his gateways. I think he's overproduced on gateways just a little bit.
Yeah, he's got, what, 8 gateways now?
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to afford that while also going for Arbiter tech when you're just on 2 bases. But as soon as that 3rd base is up, he'll be able to start using that, and his infrastructure will all be ready. I mean, I think that was maybe just a slight overreaction there to the 2-fact, and it was like, oh man, you know, slight panic, gotta make sure I have enough units not to die to this 2-fact. You know, I'm in the winner's match, don't really want to die to a silly strategy like this.
Yeah. It's quite valid though, because of course when you're fighting against 2-Fact, you can maybe miss about half a round of macro or so, and that extra one or two gateways that you wouldn't be able to afford if your macro is perfect can actually make the difference in getting that clump of units out a little bit later, but you still get the same number of units rather than having cash in the bank.
Completely agree. And it looks like a pro built a pylon on the bottom right, thinking about a hidden expo, but there was a vulture right there anyway. So not going to happen. I don't know why he wants a hidden expo here. DeWalt seems to be a huge fan of hidden expos, but actually hidden expoing when you're ahead in this situation I think is actually very dangerous, because it's very likely the Terran will try a 2-base all-in from here. So if you've actually invested in the hidden expo and gone for 4-base against his 2-base all-in, you can actually just die anyway. So there's really no point. I mean, you know, having that probe to scout for hidden expos is good. Making one for yourself is probably not good.
Yeah, I think it's probably not recommendable, because he could really just take whatever expo he wants now. He can just move around with the Dragoon presence, clear out mines, and he can take the safest base available to him, rather than making bases in the bottom right-hand corner, which just seems pretty thoroughly unnecessary. It looks like he's going to go bottom left-hand corner instead, which I applaud. A much, much safer choice. Might take a nasty mine hit, doesn't quite. I think he might have... No, he didn't take that mine hit. Okay. And now pushing across, just defending those vultures nice and safe. It looks like the vultures might be able to sneak a little way through to the natural. There are a few more Dragoons there to meet them. Going to be no trouble. Interesting enough, we don't have any upgrades done yet from DeWalt. Still only 0-0. But from the other side of things, still 0-0 as well, so I guess not so much of a problem. Both these guys going pretty much level in their upgrade timings.
Yeah, I think generally, you know, you get that forge and the upgrades once you're at your 3rd base. So we can see he's actually started it now. And from the Terran side, I mean, it looks like he might... I'm actually a bit confused about what he's doing. So he's going for 5-fact, but then he's also getting a command center. So he's not doing any kind of crazy... Well, I mean, he could still maybe move out. I mean, it looks like he's more doing this defensively, because he lost so many units early on that he's like, I can't even get a 3rd base on just 4 factories like normal. So I actually have to go for... you know, 5 factories, actually extra factories to do this. I mean, you know, we've seen in the previous TVPs, Terran's even getting a 3rd base off a single factory, but just because of how much he lost at the beginning of the game, he can't do that. Yeah,
he lost so much. It was really incredibly damaging for him. I think if Rams is going to win this one, it's going to be bad for my boys, because I can't see him winning this game in less than about 40 minutes. That's how long it would take to undo the damage.
Yeah, it would have to be some crazy turtle Terran into super efficient defense, like Flash style, and just slowly coming back in the game, taking base after base.
Yeah, and he'd have to have amazing engagements. It would have to be just, you know, perfect from here on in. And it would take a very long time, so a big part of me hopes that doesn't happen in the DeWalt.
And we have gateways at the bottom right. I don't even know what those are for.
I don't know. That's weird.
He's not even building the Nexus. If he builds a Nexus there next, maybe it'll make some amount of sense. But he's already building the Nexus at the bottom left, so he's going up to 5 bases before the Terrans even landed his 3rd. Which is quite interesting. But you know what? It worked out for Rams against Skyline, so why not?
Why not indeed? I mean, it almost didn't, but and it may not have eventually done, but it seems like it worked out just well enough for him to grab the win off it, so it's all good. And the bottom right hand corner, what's he going to make out of those? Because it's not like you can make a huge sort of burst of speeds out of 2 gateways.
It looks like it's going to be
making a base.
Oh, a High Templar actually. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to make DTs there, but it looks like he's also made 1 High Templar. And you know, it's quite funny that the style that Rams used to beat Skyline is now being used against them. In the same matchup, and this minute only being off position is really bugging me, by the way. It's like oh yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Why? How did he do that? Yeah, it's not even like slightly off either. It's like blatantly off location, and he could just lift it and put it properly, and he's not doing it. It's making me angry. It's making me angry.
He's invested in his scanner. I think he can't bear the idea of wasting the minerals he spent on the comsat. He's a bit of a tight ass, it would seem. Lol. We have a couple of siege tanks being landed down on the bottom left-hand corner, going to do a little bit of harass. I think those Dragoons should be able to get over there and deal with it, but there are a significant number of vultures coming in. So that bottom left-hand corner may be in quite a significant amount of trouble, actually. But those vultures probably not going to be able to hold off the Dragoons for long.
Recall in the main! Recall on the factories! And there's like nothing here. What is this army doing? Come back, defend! Oh man, the tank's actually trapped in the factories now by the Zealots. It looks like this drop is going to get cleaned up, although it might do a bit of extra damage here because it does have the high ground advantage, but the factories are all on fire now. There's only a couple of tanks. Okay, it looks like the rest of the army finally coming home to defend. A couple of factories may go down here. They may not. But even if they don't, I mean, you know, DeWalt's going up to 6 bases, essentially. Even though that bottom right base probably won't be mining just for a little while still.
The armory could go down, though, which is much more important than a few factories going down. Factories very easily replaceable. Armory, not so much. You don't get the upgrade back, of course, at the same level as it was. It looks like he's going to try and focus it down with his Zealous. Zealous not quite doing the damage he would want. It's on only 100 or so hit points. He's going to get an SCV over there. It looks like he will be able to repair it again. But there is still... Okay, I thought there was a Dragoon. It's the Arbiter, so we don't need to worry too much about that, because, as we all know, Arbiter's pretty pathetic on the damage front. But look at DeWalt's army. Absolutely huge. 200 against 104 supply for Rams.
Oh, wow.
I mean... I don't know who would win from this position if you put them in Rams's chair right now. I don't know if there's anyone who would.
Well, you say that, but I mean, Flash has come back from pretty ridiculous positions, just abusing that Terran Imba, the crazy defense. But yeah, it would be pretty hard to lose here from DeWalt's position. And man, he's even got an Archon in his army. That's a little bit unnecessary. I don't know why he didn't leave those as Templar either. He's only got 2 Eye Templar anyway. That's a bit weird. But oh, he's even taking the Terran's natural third.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, taking the 3 o'clock. Is that really necessary? Do you really need that base to wall? Alright, he's just gonna recall again. Nico!
And he doesn't...
Yes! Alright.
Okay, that's a pretty miniature recall though. I mean, not blown away by the great scale of it or anything, but I guess it's just going to chip away at his opponent for a while, which is kind of all he needs to do at this point. And it's going to be cost effective. It's going to be more or less a direct trade, I think, in terms of pure unit count, which is absolutely fine for him right now. Direct trades favour him greatly given his economic position.
Yep. I mean, army trades generally favour Protoss anyway in PvT, and oh, it looks like we have a tank drop at the bottom left as well. But I don't think the wall cares about that too much. And it looks like the 3 o'clock is probably going to be done. He might just let that finish anyway because he's got so many minerals he doesn't really care. He's basically maxed anyway. He's got, you know, almost 2k in the bank. And yeah, so even though the recalls haven't been overly effective, it's keeping the Terran pinned back, so it's not letting him move out, not letting him do a big push or anything like that. Not that I think Rams could even afford to do that anyway if he wanted to.
No, I very much doubt it. I mean, he's got no pushing power in him whatsoever. He would just have to, just as you say, turtle and hold and just creep his way back into the game with super cost-effective positions and engagements and just be unbreakable. Whereas I really don't feel like he is at this point. And DeWalt pushing over to the right-hand side to try and defend it, oddly enough, which he will probably be able to do. He still has the vastly superior army. 197 supply versus 115. Looks like he's going for the engagement now. I think he's got a good position. Managing to catch a significant number of tanks out right there. Rams going to lose a decent chunk of his army for pretty much free. He has 3 unsieged tanks sitting over slightly to the left as well, in what is a pretty frustrating little turn of events. But honestly, I'm not sure it would really matter against the Protostant army right now, which is bearing down on him. He's going to have to pull some units out and try and defend this. Those 3 siege tanks are going to be biting the dust pretty soon and pretty much nothing to show for it. And yeah, as soon as the Protostant reinforcements come in, which they're being a bit slow to do, I think they're going to be able to bust through pretty smartly.
Yeah, it looks like the bottom left got cleaned up as well, and the 3 o'clock is even alive. He's even making probes there. Oh man, he's making cannons there. He's actually going to take it.
Did you not see the bottom left? Did you not see how that happened? He just killed it with probes.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
Man. Ah, shame. I missed it.
You missed it. You missed all the
action. The probe killing tank glory. Shame on me. Stasising a single siege tank as well.
It's just getting gratuitous right now.
Look at that pylon wall at the 3 o'clock.
Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. He is literally just messing around right now.
Look at this. They're not even focusing the right pylon to kill it.
He's going to be able to push into the 12 o'clock mineral only. Not the mineral only is that important, because with 800 minerals in the bank and 40 gas, you have to really take a good look at where your priorities lie. And I think that's why he's pushing on.
Oh, it's not even a wall. The vultures ran around the top. The 5 pylons don't actually wall it. He's transferred SCVs there. And one of the cannons is unpowered.
This is weird.
For the Protoss base.
This is weird. This is so weird.
Oh, Rams knows how to have a laugh when he's lost the game. GG! Protoss wins!
Protoss power.
That was a pretty good end to that game. Oh, yeah, well done, Rams. Well done.
It was a good game which descended into craziness, which is like the best kind of game.
Indeed. Wow. DeWalt, once again, against my expectations, 2-0ing the group. Now, I did actually pick him to go out at least, but I thought it'd be True Touch first and then DeWalt second. But yeah, good times. All right, so DeWalt is our only Protoss hero in the round of 8. DeWalt fighting.
That makes him a real hero. I mean, he's up against it now, isn't he? Really, very much up against it.
But we have 2 more games, guys. We have 2 more games, 1 more spot open. These guys, we have 3 players fighting for the last spot in the round of 8. It's going to be Skyline versus True Touch in the losers match, and then Rams versus the winner of that in the final match to see who's going to go on and who's going to be kicked out of the TLS.
Very exciting.
Don't go anywhere, guys.